Guys, it's Record from Record Lessons. Today I'm going to talk about Rennen und Stolpern by Jupiter Jones. The translation, I actually made a translation called Run and Stumble by Jupiter Jones. This is their 2013 single, and the drummer on this is going to be Marco Hontheim, the Hont, who's a great, iconic drummer in indie rock music, specifically in Germany. If you guys are interested, I made a couple other tutorials about a couple other Jupiter Jones songs, Nope Jupul, as well as Still, which are up there on YouTube. You guys can check that out. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is a very simple, kind of straightforward beat. You kind of have that driving train feel that we talk about a lot. So if you listen to the record, da da ga ga da da da. So again, that's going to be 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. So 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. That's kind of the idea. You can count it any way you want, but the idea is that you're moving forward. So 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. Again, that's 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. Again, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. So the whole groove, just one time, sounds like this. So let me turn the snare on. But let me just do the whole groove. So 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. Again, that's 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. And you can play with the snare. The snare is kind of going back and forth with 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. So let me slow that down. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. Again, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. So if you just isolate individual parts, it's a really good way to kind of break down the groove. So if I do just my kick and my snare, it sounds like this. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and 4. And then of course, when you're doing the kick and the snare, you just have to count those counts. So, because your hi-hat's doing the count. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Again, that's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. One more time. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. So that's what it sounds like. Again, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Just the hi-hat and the snare would sound like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Slower. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Again, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Again, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. So that's kind of how to break it down. Again, the snare is kind of moving around. Your main idea is that you're really playing with those upbeats. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Again, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. You notice that the accent's kind of on the 2 and on the So da 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 da. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Last time full groove, and then this concludes this tutorial. So one more time. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. And the idea is ideally that you're kind of hitting those last two downbeats with the snare. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. So the actual record is quite a bit faster. So it's really going to take some practice kind of isolating those parts. But once again, do your kick and your snare together. Hear how that sounds. Count along with that. Then do your hi-hat and snare together. Count along with that. And that way you kind of get a really good kind of isolation method. So one more time. So just your kick and snare would be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Hi-hat and snare would be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. And again, you're playing that rhythm. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. So with the snare, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. You can also just do your kick and a hi-hat together. That sounds like this. Of course, you're hearing those snare hits. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. So kick and snare together, hi-hat, snare together, kick and hi-hat. Just kind of play with those isolations, but really feel free to pause this video anytime, go back and kind of play with the rhythm itself. I'm kind of doing a quick rundown for the sake of time, but really just work on this isolation method, really work on these steps by yourself, practice each part, think about how it sounds, and think about how the vocals relate and how the rhythm relates to the vocals. When you have this kind of driving forward beat, like what I like to call a train beat, it really does rely on the vocals, it relies on the melody. Anytime you're learning a drumline in general, you really want to think about the vocals, you want to think about the rest of the instrumentation and kind of how those all fit together, because that's really what it's about. When you're working with the band, it's all about what fits together, what works, what sounds good. All the parts are really working together. So one more time, full beat, and then I'm done. So real time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you so much for watching. I have other videos of other tutorials from other songs. I'm going to do a lot more. I also have a ton of drum covers out there, full album drum covers of different songs I like and stuff. Please check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I also have a YouTube channel for my solo career called Record Music, which you can check out. It's linked on this channel. Thank you guys so much. Cheers.